Hi, I'm Denice Duff, and I'm a professional photographer, and I'm here to give you some tips on how to process using Lightroom natural light images to make them go from meh to really sing professional photos. Because remember, we're not only the photographer, but now in digital, we're the lab. We process them. But we don't have to print them because this episode is brought to you by Bay Photo, because they have been providing outstanding quality, exceptional value, and excellent customer service to professional photographers for over 40 years. So check them out for all your print needs. Okay, so now let's dive into Lightroom with all their tools and tabs and magic. I have an actress here who I did some natural light headshots, and these are raw files shot on a Canon 5D. I'm going to start with this one. With most headshots, because most of them are shown online or on websites, a brighter pop tends to draw the eye in. I'm going to go in, I'm going to pull back the highlights a bit. She has a little bit of shine there. But her hair is very dark. There's not a lot of highlights in it, so I'm just going to pull a little bit of shadow out, not too much. It starts to go gray. Go all the way to one extreme, go all the way to the other, and then you can see what it does. And then sort of bring it to a place where you go, ah. Now, there's a lot of yellowish reds going on. Pulled it back a bit into the, cooled off the temperature a bit. And I'm going to sync all those, keeping everything the same. Before, after. This is one of my favorite setups under a freeway. Now, even though these are dark, they're still salvageable because they are raw files. So we literally can just go in. You start to pull out too much, it gets a little bit green right there. I'll just keep it right about there. But again, she's got very dark hair. Pull up the shadows out. I'm going to bring a little bit of warmth to her here. Down to the camera calibration tools. Let's see. Again, I just toggle back and forth with these to get the right skin tone. So with the skin tone, how I like it, I now go back up to the basics panel. A bit of the highlight there. Can't go too much because I really want to keep that skin tone there. If I go too much on the highlight, you start to lose skin tone. And you can always retouch what you don't want, but make sure you retain that skin tone with all our cute freckles. This is really nice. I really like this picture. At f4 500 with my 70 to 200 at 125 millimeters, again at ISO 200. Now, here's something that I'll do sometimes, and I'll add a little vignette here where it says highlight. Under effects, highlight priority. You can go dark or light. I don't do light. I'll go just a little bit. And what it does is it takes the brightness of that, creating a little bit of attention to her face. So I feel it's a little bit bright here. Let's bring in the white. Let's bring in the highlights. There we go. And let's see a little before and after. Again, this is natural light. This is just under my patio. So she's got a roof over her head and there's sunlight coming in right on her, just soft shaded light. But again, there's nothing that's been done to this. Just go up to basic. We're going to pop the exposure. We're going to pop the contrast. Let's lower the highlight a bit. Let's pull some of the shadows for her dark hair. Yeah, we can bring out the whites here. Blacks are fine. Now let me mess with some of the skin tone because you've got this aqua color which sometimes bleeds over into them. So I'm pulling a bit of the hue because she was a little greenish. These things are just great. You just sort of go back and forth until you see that there's a tone of what the client, their coloring is. Again, just to get an accurate skin tone. Just raw out of the can, this is okay, but still I need it to sing a bit more. I'm pulling back on the highlights, pulling up on the shadows. Yeah, pulling up on the white a bit. The black, I'm hesitant. I'm coming down here to the blue primary to get rid of a little bit of this orange spill from the house light behind her. And now I'm going to go to the clarity here because we're doing a little bit of a rock and roll look. So now that's too much. That's all the way. I'm just going to bring it back. Bring it back. Before is great, but the after just really pops. Hope you learned a few things of how you can just use Lightroom to bring some magic and improve your available light to your pictures.
Okay, hope you enjoyed Sirens for New York. Okay, hope you enjoyed that. Be sure to like, subscribe if you're not already, and let's hear your comments. And thank you to Bay Photo, who has been providing exceptional prints to professional photographers for over 40 years. Now remember, go out and capture your own images of life, okay?
As a photographer, I want to make sure that the company I'm handing my imagery off to is going to print it and represent it in a way that I'm proud to show my clients. And for me, Bay Photo is that company.
Yeah. That also happens.